So really good news for everyone that purchased one of my signature tools in the last pre-order. Tools have finally arrived in my shop and I'll do my best to prep them, shape them, sharpen them and prep them out for shipping as fast as possible. By the way, please don't mind the sweat. It's 34 degrees out there, really hot day. But nevertheless, tools are finally here. That's always a really good day. And again, as I've said, I'll do my best to send them out as quickly as possible. For all of you that purchased one of my tools in the last pre-order, once I hand over the package to the post office, you will receive tracking link and number so you can follow your tools. But also in this package, in this pallet, as you saw, arrived the prototypes for the next pre-order, which you really don't want to miss. And I think this one is really a game changer, probably one of the or one of a kind out there. Probably mentioned in the past videos, one of the next signature tools on the next pre-order, which will be released, are square end scrapers. So 3 sizes, 1 inch wide, 25 mil by 10 mil thick. So really nice heavy duty scraper, and again it will have a nice slight curve to the right. And this one has my handle on, but it can have 14-inch handle. 14-inch is the longest handle Crown makes, but for this tool I do recommend that you make your own handle. Now I'm not sure yet, I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do to also offer unhandled tools if you prefer that way. So that's one square end. The second size will be 3/4 inch wide by 6 mil thick on a 14-inch handle like this. Really nice all-around scraper, and also small size for smaller work. And also I use this to make creases for expanding the chucks or jaws more precisely. And this will have 12-inch long handle, same on refiner, so for smaller work. As I mentioned, these square end scrapers will be offered in the next pre-order, but I'm really excited about the next signature tools in line, and the first ones are these signature skews. Now these are still prototypes. The final signature won't be in the middle of the blade, but here towards the end. Now there will be 3 sizes: 1 inch, 3/4 and 1/2 inch. So 25 mil, 19 mil and 12 mil wide. All 3 are 6 mil thick steel, and all 3 will have nicely rounded edges, as you can see here, on both sides. And if you opt for my sharpening grind, or the way I'm sharpening my skews for you to receive that skew, then what I like to do, I don't measure the angles so much, but instead I measure the length of the bevel. So if I grab a ruler, I'm always in a sort of a ballpark between 9 and 10 mil long of a bevel. So that works out to be 1.5 times thickness of the steel. So if you're using thicker steel, then try 1.5 times. It will be slightly longer bevel than this here. So again, 3 sizes, but all of this will be notified through my newsletter email once the shop is ready to be opened. So that's the skews. And finally, which I'm really happy about, is this is spear point scraper. And I say it's a one of a kind spear point because first of all, the signature won't be here, it will be here. But have a look at the nice round over at the bottom, and also the size of it. So it's a 25 mil wide, 1 inch by 10 mil thick steel. So 3/8 of an inch thick, and it has a really nice wide round over, or big round over, so it glides really nice and smoothly on the tool rest. But also it has a relatively wide flat spot here, so it's easy to sharpen when you come to platform. Now the angle here will be roughly 50 degrees, so you can see secondary bevel here. So this angle here is originally from Crown, which I set to be around give or take maybe 45 degrees. just so that when I sharpen, I don't have to sharpen all of the bevel here, only the top portion. And as you sharpen this throughout its time, you will get a single facet bevel. So that's how one of these will arrive. Also on a 14-inch handle, same on ball gouges. So really nice and heavy tool. So now let me show you how these will perform. I already shown you the square end scrapers in one of my previous videos, but let me show you how I use this lovely big spear point scraper and also skews. So I have here a block of sapele, and first I'll use 3/4 inch wide skew. Get it nice and round. Don't like this bead. Clean it up a little bit better. So that's 3/4 inch or 19 mil. So this is 1/2 inch. Now spindle gouge is much better option here. I'm just doing to show you this. Whoops. Yeah, a little ridge down there. Let's try to clean it up. There we go. Better. Not easy doing a deep cove with a skew. Okay, I'll leave it as it is. Nice peeling cut. This smaller skew is really great for rolling beads and like this. And also you can do it a bunch of small ones. Like so. So as you see, that works lovely. A little play around with the skew. Now I have a chunk of maple in the screw chuck, and first what I'm going to do is just make a nice push cut. stop here to just make some sort of a detail. I'm just showing how I would use SPUR point scraper. So I just cut a tenon here real quick. So this is how I would use SPUR point scraper. So first I can use it flat, like so. Just to get this nice and clean. And if I need to shear scrape right into detail like this, I would close it like so and drop the handle slightly and now move away. And I like to do it in smaller increments, and you can see how this heavy tool doesn't vibrate or anything like that. Nice and gently. There is no harsh sound when you're shear scraping with a SPUR point or any other scraper. Now here I have a little oscillation on the surface of the wood, so I'm just laying that down. You can see I'm getting nice wispy shaving, but also a lot of fine dust. Oh, that's nice. I can go this way as well, just close the SPUR point, so only a very point is in the point of the detail where I'm trying to shear scrape. Here you can see I have a little vibration. That's the oscillation on the surface of the wood, so just be neutral with the scraper, and now it's smooth. Now I can move away and smooth everything out. Again, a lot of dust and fine shavings. A little bump here. I'll be a little bit more aggressive just to smooth that out. And again, close the scraper as I'm moving into detail, like the bottom of the foot. And now I can drop the handle down and use all that left edge as a shear scraper. Also here where the bead is, I like to pull away tool rest slightly so I'm behind this bevel. Again, go into a point and move away. Just make sure you don't stick the point right into the end grain. That will be a huge catch, so you have to be careful. You can use a point but have a downward angle. And smooth that out. Again, you have to be careful how you present SPUR point scraper. You can also burnish the edge here, and first what I like to do is flip it over on a flat surface with a sandpaper. Just remove any remnants of the burr. Once you remove the burr on the top, use a burnisher, and I like to keep it flat on the top of the scraper. Just extend that sharp edge a little past the bevel, and then I find the bevel itself. Here, raise it 1 degree, 1 or 2 degrees, and then just lightly pull on the upward stroke, like so, and also here. And now I have a nice pulled burr. You should be able to see a difference in color Hopefully that's visible. So pull burr and grinder burr. Now pull burr can be a little bit more difficult to control, and for sure it's a little bit more aggressive, but it can produce a really nice results. Just nice and gently. So that's that done, and then I go from this side. Again, make sure you close that point, otherwise the top or the opposite corner will catch the bead in this case, and it will roll up the bead and ruin it. So nice and gently. Okay, that's really good, or it should be really nice and clean, and it is. So that's straight tool finish for you using a spear point scraper. Now, once again, to all of you that purchased one of my tools in the last pre-order, thank you for patiently waiting for all these tools to be made. I think it's quite a record time to produce around 170 tools in 8 weeks. So now it's actually going into 9th week, but it was on the road for the last week. So I think overall it's quite a good effort from Crown, and I'm really happy with the results. So again, I'll do my best to send these out as quickly as possible, and once again, thank you for supporting my work, and hopefully to answer a lot of the emails that I received lately, hopefully the next pre-order again should be at the end of the July, maybe early August, and the store will be open for a bit longer, so more of you could grab one of my signature tools. And once again, thank you to all of you for supporting my work, for watching my videos, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hopefully next time you will be able to grab one of my signature tools. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.